Hey, what's going on guys, Arekkz here, welcome back to another video for Borderlands 3, and in this one I want to put together a quick guide on how to open the secret vault or the secret door at the end of the new DLC, the Psycho Krieg and the Fantastic Fustercluck. It's a bit of a mouthful, but basically when you get to the end of the DLC and you fight the final boss, there is a treasure room you can get to, and if you have completed a certain number of prerequisites, there is a door you can open. In fact, there are two doors you need to open, and they require you shooting a load of hidden buttons. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly where those are. Of course, if you don't want to see the end of the campaign, or you don't want to see the end of the DLC, or you don't want to know what the final boss is, then maybe step away and come back to this later. But of course, if you do want to know, then let's get started. First things first, when you load into the final area, when you go to Valhalla, you will basically start by spawning in here. Now what you're looking for is located around the next few rooms. There are these yellow diamonds, these sort of pattern buttons you see in front, and when you shoot them, they go green. There are 3 in each area, and you can effectively break down the next few rooms into different areas. So you need to shoot 3 in each section, because what will happen is you get to the final room and then there are buttons, or there are kind of lights that'll indicate that you've shot all the buttons. So to begin with, area number 1, as soon as you go through the portal, these ones you can see all straight away. There is one directly in front of you over the middle of that doorway. There is also one to the top left, and there is one to the top right. These ones you simply cannot miss. After that, you can then run straight forward and you can go through the portal. You can ignore the jump pads to the left and the right. They do not take you anywhere interesting. So what you then want to do is go through the portal. As soon as you do that, you will see another one right beneath the bandit mask. So aim in and shoot that one. If you then turn around and look above the door that you've just come through, or the portal you've just come through, you'll see a second one. And if you then go over and go slightly right to this pillar that's sticking out of the ground, you will see the third one over there. Once you've shot these are all 6 buttons you need to shoot before you go into the final boss fight. Following this point, you will then need to drop into the boss room, and there are 3 buttons you need to shoot inside the boss room. So you drop in there. What you then want to do is go to the edge of this platform, turn left. There is one over on the wall. There is a second one over on the right hand side, same place but just opposite side. And you then turn around and look above you, and that is where you'll find the third one. Now that you've done that, you can focus on the boss, you can focus on destroying the final boss, killing him, getting the loot, because the remaining switches are done after this fight. Now, once you've killed the final boss, you will of course want to pick up the loot, and there'll also be a portal. What I will say is make sure you're ready before you go in the portal, because you will then get teleported to a treasure room, and there are 60 seconds on the clock. Now, the first time you go in here, you might be thinking that the 60 seconds is basically just your chance to grab as much loot as you possibly can, when in reality, those chests are not going to go anywhere. The timer is simply for the door that is locked at the back. You need to shoot the switches in this room in time in order to open that door. So, go into this room, you then want to take the first jump pad over to the middle. You can then either take the left or the right jump pads up to the next platform, and take the next jump pad over to the middle. Taking the final jump pad over to this central area. Now from here, you then want to turn around and go back whence you came, because what you need to do is dive and perform a ground slam attack to break the stone beneath you. In doing so, you'll drop into this area and you'll find the first button to your right. You can now jump out the crack in the wall in front of you, go back around, and you will now want to take the path on the left. You want to jump up there. You then want to follow the jump pads all the way to the top, and then as you're jumping up on the left, you will then find the second button just by the staircase. At which point you can then go and take the final jump pad up to the central room, and then just in front of the sealed doorway is the final button. Provided you've shot this and all the 9 previous buttons before this room, then the doorway behind you will open. You are now into the secret vault. However, it does not stop there. You get into here, and of course there are some chests. You can open them, you can get all the loot you want, and factoring that you've had loot in the previous room, loot in this room, there's a lot of chests to open. However, if you then turn around and look above you, there is another door. Nani? Now, thankfully, this door is not tied to the timer. You don't need to worry about doing this within the time limit, because that would be insane. But when you go into this final room, there are now even more switches. However, they are much smaller than before, so if you simply walked in here, you'd be forgiven for never even noticing them. On the wall behind you, there are 4 big diamonds, and these will basically light up once you've shot all the relevant switches in this room. Again, they're done in 3s, so you basically need to shoot the 3 together, and you'll then turn on one of the 4 switches, turn on all 4 of them, and you'll open the next secret door. So, as soon as you walk in the doorway, what you want to do is look up to this big sort of carving in front of you, and you'll notice these small diamonds amidst the pattern are buttons. You'll notice this because, of course, if you have something like a sniper or something else, your reticle will change color. If you shoot those ones, obviously in this situation I've already shot them, but if you shoot them, that will then turn on one of the switches behind you. So there's 1, 2, 3 right there. Following on from that, what you then want to do is run towards the end of the room, run towards where the chest is, and look up in the top left. You'll see that tiny little button there, that's 1. Switch over to the opposite side, there's 2. And if you then look up just beneath this piece of architecture, you will find the third button. That is group number 2. Following on from there, if you then turn around and you look up towards basically where the third hidden doorway is, you'll find that in each of the corners of the triangular archway, there are 3 more buttons. 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. That will now have switch number 3 turned on. And then finally, for the last one, what you will then want to do is jump and stand beneath the doorway, look up above you. You will then find 1 hidden there amidst the triangles. You then want to go over to the right hand side, and you can then look on the side of the button, the side of that kind of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, the sort of raised stone platform that the button is on. There's a smaller one on that side, and surprise, surprise, you go to the opposite side and you will then find the third one. Once you've done that, they'll all be lit up, and that door at the top will open up, which will allow you to get to even more chests. So provided you've done all of this, there's a lot of chests you can open. In truth, you're probably not going to get a lot of what you want from there because a lot of the drops come from bosses, but if you're wondering how to open both the secret doors in the vault, then that is your answer. Hopefully you found it useful. Again, if you guys have got any questions, by all means let me know in the comments down below, and of course keep it locked for plenty more Borderlands content. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.